It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I am Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley is over there and ready to do that voodoo that he does, but it's a very exciting day.
How so?
You don't know?
How is it exciting?
You didn't get the memo?
No, what memo?
It's Donut Day. I have got me a box of delicious Mrs. Freshley's donuts that I found at the Dollar Tree. I will be enjoying donuts while you do your thing.
Well, you want me to just do the news right now while you eat donuts?
No.
This is how we're going to do it.
Donuts? You're not here to mooch any.
That's a really healthy breakfast you have there. I gotta commend you on your grown-up nutritional choices.
Dude, these are Mrs. Freshley's donuts.
Hey, I just said that's great.
If you look right here on the box, on the back of it, see right here?
Yes.
See this little line right there?
Uh-huh.
You know what that says?
What?
Partially produced with genetic engineering. So you know they're good for you.
Absolutely.
Anytime the engineers get involved.
Yeah. It's like going to Whole Foods.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't get better.
Oh, good Lord.
What's on your calendar behind you there?
Jesus.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah. Want to say hi to Jesus?
Hi, Jesus. Nice to see you up there. Glad you're at Dave's house.
Of course. Jesus is always here.
Of course.
Always looking over my shoulder.
Why don't you roll some news out there?
All right, let's get into it. Several candidates are being interviewed in the wake of the firing of FBI Director James Comey. Deputy Director Andrew McCabe has been installed as the acting director while the interviews take place. Among those being considered are Michael Anderson, a special agent in charge of Chicago, and the executive director for the Criminal Cyber Response and Service Branch, Paul Abate. I also want to announce that I've thrown my hat into the ring. I think I would be a great FBI director. I'm good at delegating. I have leadership qualities. Mm-hmm. I have horse sense, which I think is key. Mm-hmm. I'm honest.
Yep.
I'm hardworking.
Yes, you are.
I'm good with people.
Bad thing is, though, since I'm already in politics, I'm kind of plugged into the whole scene. There's a dark horse that's going to appear.
Which is
Jack Bauer. That's right.
Yeah.
So, campaign all you want, but I got a feeling old Jack Bauer's going to get this one, dude.
Well, Jack Bauer, the problem with Bauer is he's very hands-on.
Right.
He's going to want to do it all himself. He's going to fire everybody and be just like a one-man FBI unit.
Did you ever hear the story of when 24 was being filmed and it was really the big show? I mean, that was the one everybody watched.
Oh, it was huge.
They did.
Loved it.
Oh, I never missed an episode. They did what they call the upfronts for TV, where they take some scenes from the shows and they show them to the sponsors and they show them to the network and all that kind of stuff. As a gag, when 24 was really at its height, Jack Bauer was running, chasing somebody, and they filmed it just for the upfronts to get a laugh out of people. He actually ran past the bathroom, ran back and went to the bathroom because on that entire show, he'd go 24 hours without taking a leak. So they did a stunt. They did a little gag where Jack Bauer ran past his bathroom, then he ran back real quick and ran in and did his business.
Oh, God! You never saw him on the phone. Can you take care of this? I'm prairie dogging here.
And the other thing you never saw? His battery run out.
I know.
Yeah, he never had a dead battery on that phone. Man, I'd like that.
Lord. What else is happening? The American Civil Liberties Union has put out a travel alert for anyone planning to visit Texas. This comes just days after Governor Greg Abbott signed a so-called sanctuary cities ban into law. Officials say the goal of the alert is to warn residents and travelers about the ban, which allows law enforcement officers to inquire about a person's immigration status during regular stops. Quote, the goal of the ACLU is to protect all Texans and people traveling through Texas, regardless of immigration status, from illegal harassment.
Well, there you have it.
I don't know how asking somebody if they're here illegally is harassment. I guess maybe it's how you form. So, how you doing? How's your day? All right, you were going a little fast there. Are you illegal? Would that be harassment? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I wouldn't consider if I were I don't know if I would consider that harassment. I don't know. Is it like one of those things like pornography? Like you know it when you see it. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I was trying to make an analogy and it wasn't a very good one. Can we just pretend I didn't make it?
What was the word you brought up?
I said pornography. You know it when you see it. Does that constitute? Okay. Well, maybe it was.
I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is.
I could draw you pictures.
Yeah.
But I'm not a very good artist, so I don't think you'd get the full gist. Look on your phone. I think there's several. Just do a Google search.
Yeah.
And then you'll figure it out.
And how do you spell that?
It's spelled like it sounds.
Is this something you can watch in front of your mom?
Why would I? Why?
I don't know what this word is. What's it called again?
If you're really, it's pornography.
Oh, yeah.
Pornography.
Never heard.
You got it clear?
Never heard of such a thing.
Okay. Of course you do.
Who's that on the calendar right behind you?
That's Jesus.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
That's Jesus. See, that's why I was uncomfortable with the analogy.
Oh, I see.
Because I've got Jesus behind me.
And you're talking about
and
what?
He died for my sins and everything, and now I'm talking about something potentially sinful.
Oh boy.
So.
Oh boy. Well, I'm going to just say this. I'm glad I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you're a confirmed Catholic. And
absolutely. You never made it to confirmation?
What?
You never made it to confirmation?
No, I'm the only one of 8 kids. I made it. I did my first communion and everything. I made it through like my sophomore year in high school. Then I went on one of those retreats that they make you go on, and it was so awful. And I couldn't complete the process.
Okay, well.
So I got great respect for the Catholic religion. I just, I decided to just bypass the priest and just confess all my sins to the Lord.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Well, there you go. Okay, fine.
So I think I'm covered.
Well, good. That's all I was worried about.
All right. What else
what was
is
that
going
stuff you were
on?
talking about again?
Pornography, I believe, is what Archie Bunker called it.
I don't want to have any part of that. It sounds not.
Okay,
it sounds
good. Probably
not.
not.
It sounds bad.
Yeah, right. It probably is. All right. Michigan State Police continue to investigate the single-car crash that killed 34-year-old Norton Shores police officer Jonathan Ginka. His SUV police cruiser struck a tree on Henry Street south of Ross Road around 2:30 a Wednesday morning. He was transported to Hackley Hospital, where he later died. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children. They say it could take a week, maybe 10 days, to determine the cause. It sounds like to me, since there were no tire tracks,
skid marks or anything
at the scene, no skid marks, where in the vehicle was so badly mangled, so he hit the tree at a pretty good clip. Seems like he's either, I don't think he was avoiding an animal. It seems like it was probably some sort of medical condition. Either it was undiagnosed or...
Can't speculate at this point. Nobody knows,
Right. But there's been a tremendous outpouring of support at the police department there. I know a lot of flowers, a lot of well wishes from people in the community who are obviously
yesterday was just
devastated.
Everybody was just kind of numb. People I ran into around town and stuff like that. They were just numb, and understandably so.
He was evidently a very, very popular guy. Everybody liked him. Just one of those
sad thing.
Horrible tragedy. Speaking of police, a police sergeant in Hastings claims he has been subjected to racial taunts after he took a genetic test through Ancestry.com that showed he was 18% black. Sergeant Cleon Brown says other officers would whisper "Black Lives Matter" and pumped fists as they walked past him, and that the police chief called him Kunta after the character in Roots. Brown filed a civil lawsuit alleging civil rights violations and emotional distress. Now, according to the city, the chief ordered the comments to cease, and it was Brown who actually started the joking. So this is just, it's one of those things. First of all, I grew up in Barry County.
Yep.
I was friends with, I think, with the only 2 black kids in the county, I'm pretty sure. So the idea that there were probably racial taunts thrown around the police department, not necessarily taunts, but joking, I would say that probably happened, and he probably joked back. I don't know if I'm buying the emotional distress thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm no psychologist, but this thing just seems a little fishy.
Well, I don't know. I'm standing down. I have no comment on this one. Just
none. No. You have a comment on everything.
No, it's.
Do you suffer from white guilt so you don't feel like? I mean,
what I suffer from is the fact that it just seems so opportunistic sometimes. When it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody in the entire country is just waiting for that moment to get that lawsuit.
Right.
And you know what? Give it up. Just if something. What happened to this? You know, hey, somebody comes by and whispers something in your face, punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Hit him.
or let it roll off your back. I grew up in a big family. I took a lot of crap. I've got a lot of friends. I tend to, I don't know, I open myself up to a lot of pokes and prods verbally, and I've always just been able to take it. I've never felt emotionally distressed by any perceived insults or any jabs or joking. I don't get people who are that thin-skinned that names or jokes hurt them. Now, obviously, if you're black, racial taunts, when they hit a certain level, especially certain words that I'm very comfortable as a white man never being allowed to say.
But nonetheless, either which way, it does. Just let it go from both sides. The whole racism thing. It's only going to die from if both sides go, okay, yeah, we're in this together. And if you look. It really bothers me that race is the big factor in our country. And in, what is it, 2017? Really?
Yeah.
It sucks.
So that's the thing. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's more of a perceived factor than an actual factor.
No,
I think it's one of those things that does get blown up.
Don't even bring it up. It just
by the media.
Okay. Move on. Do the next story.
Do you want me to move on because you're aggravated? All right. Well, that's the last story. Let's get into sports. Arizona beat up on the Tigers 7-1. It was the Rockies blanking the Cubs 3-0. Celtics beat the Wizards in Game 5 of their Eastern Conference semifinal series. They lead that series now 3-2. That's sports.
All right, Dave Cackley, have yourself a great Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, don't forget Whit Buick Saturday.
All right, see ya.
You got it.